Hey guys, how's it going? So for this video I wanted to discuss the plot of Gus Fring's drug empire, which we are likely to see materialize in Season 4 of Better Call Saul. Alright, real quick before I start this video, if you like to hear the sound of my voice talk about Better Call Saul and are looking forward to Season 4, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any videos.
Do it.
Okay, as we all remember, Gus Fring was introduced into the plot of Season 3 of Better Call Saul. Season 3 did a great job to set up the foundation for Gus Fring's drug empire emerging in Season 4. The decision to bring Gus into the plot of Better Call Saul also enabled the writers to bring back other Breaking Bad characters into Season 3 of Better Call Saul who associated with Gus in Breaking Bad, such as Victor and Tyrus. We first see Victor in Season 3 of Better Call Saul in the episode entitled Witness when Mike is staking out the Los Pollos Hermanos restaurant. We then see Tyrus in Season 3 of Better Call Saul in the episode entitled Sunk Costs when Mike meets Gus for the very first time. Additionally, we even got to see Dr. Barry Goodman in Season 3 of Better Call Saul in the episode entitled Sunk Costs when he supplies Mike with drugs he would use in the plot involving compromising Hector's supply line. The plot involving Gus Fring's drug empire is a very complex plot which involves many characters from Breaking Bad which we are likely to see have a much greater role in the plot of Season 4 of Better Call Saul. The first character which we need to discuss regarding Gus Fring's drug empire is Mike Ehrmantraut. We last saw Mike in Season 3 of Better Call Saul in the episode entitled Fall. In this plot, Mike meets with Lydia Quayle at her office at Madrigal Electromotive in Houston, Texas. This scene set the foundation for Mike to become a full-time employee for Gus Fring's drug empire through his employment as a security consultant for Madrigal Electromotive. This plot with Mike laid the foundation for his plot moving forward in Season 4 of Better Call Saul to work with Gus in a full-time capacity as we saw him in Breaking Bad. Additionally, this plot with Mike becoming a full-time employee for Gus also brought Lydia Quayle into the plot of Better Call Saul. We first see Lydia in Season 3 of Better Call Saul in the episode entitled Off-Brand. In this episode, we see Gus meet with Lydia after looking at the industrial laundry we saw him own in Breaking Bad, which at this point in time in Better Call Saul is for sale and not currently operational. It was really cool to see Lydia interact with Gus in Season 3 of Better Call Saul. We first saw Lydia in Season 5 of Breaking Bad in the episode entitled Madrigal. In this episode, she meets with Mike at Loyola's Diner, where it's implied that she knew Gus very well. Now from the plot of Season 3 of Better Call Saul, we know that her relationship with Gus spans back to at least 2003. Additionally, as a side note, it's revealed to us that Lydia has a 5-year-old daughter in Season 5 of Breaking Bad, also in the episode entitled Madrigal.
Your daughter won't see you.
Yeah, she will. She'll find me. She never once sleeps through the night.
Nobody's gonna find you, Lydia.
Wait, what? No. No. She has to find me.
Lower your voice.
She has to find me. She has to find me.
You want your 5-year-old daughter stumbling across your dead body?
This episode, Madrigal, took place in the year 2009, meaning that her daughter would have been born around 2004. This is 1 year after we see Lydia in Season 3 of Better Call Saul interact with Gus. So I'm interested to see if and how the writers decide to account for this regarding the plot of Lydia moving forward in Season 4 of Better Call Saul. Interestingly, as a side note, in regards to the plot of the Super Lab, we first saw the Super Lab in Breaking Bad in Season 3 in the episode entitled Moss. Here in this episode, Gus shows Walter White the Super Lab and ultimately convinces him to work for Gus and cook meth in the Super Lab. If we look at a rough estimate of the timeline of Breaking Bad, this episode where Walt sees the Super Lab for the first time took place in early 2009. The scene which Gus meets with Lydia to discuss the potential of the laundry took place in 2003. However, we saw the Super Lab in a flashback in Season 4 of Breaking Bad in the episode entitled Box Cutter when Gail Bedecker reports to Gus on the purity of Walt's blue meth.
Is that our competition?
I'm sorry?
It really is quite good. The purity, of course, I'm speaking of. Speaking strictly in chemical terms. And I can't, as of yet, account for the blue color. But if that is our competition, we have our work cut out for us.
This scene took place in the timeline of Breaking Bad at some point in time following Walt and Jesse starting to cook their meth P2P style, which gave Walt and Jesse's meth its notorious blue color. Again, while there is no official timeline for the plot of Breaking Bad, all this background information is very important for the writers in regards to the plot of Better Call Saul in Season 4 in order to assure that there are no major errors in continuity which arise in the plot of Gus Fring's drug empire moving forward in Season 4. In addition to this, the rise of Gus Fring's drug empire in Season Season 4 of Better Call Saul means we could see Gale Boetticher emerge into the plot of Better Call Saul in some capacity in Season 4. The Breaking Bad episode entitled Madrigal in Season 5 is very critical to the plot of Gus Fring's drug empire moving forward in Season 4 of Better Call Saul. In the scene where Lydia meets with Mike at Loyola's diner, she strongly indicates her desire for Mike to kill all of his crew, who will be arrested due to their association with Gus Fring's drug empire, who could inform on Lydia and Mike. With this being said, I think that it's very likely that we see many, if not all of the members of Mike's crew make an appearance in Season 4 of Better Call Saul due to the fact that these men were likely hired, vetted, and chosen by Mike to work as security. Originally, there were 11 men that Lydia wished to be killed to tie up loose ends. 2 of these men ended up being killed before Walt would eventually kill the rest of these men in the dramatic jail killing montage scene in Season 5 of Breaking Bad in the episode entitled Gliding Over All. One of these men, Chris Mara, the man who once worked as a member of a security staff for Gus, Lydia then hired to kill all of these men after Mike refused to do the job. Chris appears in many episodes of Breaking Bad as one of Gus's enforcers. Due to Chris being in many scenes in Breaking Bad, he seems like a character who will likely appear in Season 4 of Better Call Saul. We first see Chris in Season 4 of Better Call Saul in the episode entitled Crawl Space, where he assists Tyrus in kidnapping Walt and taking him to the desert to meet with Gus. We then see Chris again in the episode entitled End Times in Season 4 of Breaking Bad, where he goes with Tyrus and Gus to the hospital to meet with Jesse. Chris also appears in the season finale of Season 4 of Breaking Bad in the episode entitled Face Off, where he drives Gus to Casa Tranquila to meet with Hector in the scene where Gus ultimately dies. Chris was ultimately killed by Mike in the episode entitled Madrigal after Chris kills Chow, the man who supplied chemicals to Gus Fring. We first meet Chow in Season 3 of Breaking Bad in the episode entitled Full Measure, when Mike shoots Chow in the hand for failing to alert Gus about the fact that the cartel was stealing his chemicals and keeping him hostage. In my opinion, I feel like there's a very good chance we see both Chris and Chow potentially appear in Season 4 of Better Call Saul. Along with Chris and Chow, there were 9 other men in Mike's crew along with the lawyer Dan Wachsberger, whose deaths were paid for by Walter White in Season 5 of Breaking Bad in the episode entitled Gliding Over All. We first see the lawyer Dan Wachsberger in Season 5 of Breaking Bad in the episode entitled Hazard Pay as the lawyer who's representing Gus Fring's men who are in jail. In this scene, he meets with Dennis, a member of Gus Fring's drug empire who acted as the manager of the laundry, who was arrested following Fring's death. We see Dennis in Season 4 of Breaking Bad in the episode entitled End Times when Steve Gomez and another DEA agent investigate the laundry with a drug-sniffing dog. Both Dennis and Dan are ultimately killed in the jail killings montage in Season 5 of Breaking Bad in the episode entitled Gliding Over All. In my opinion, I feel like there's a really good chance that we see Dan Wachsberger appear in Better Call Saul. In Breaking Bad, Saul Goodman indicates that he knows Dan Wachsberger in some capacity.
How could Mike use that clown of a lawyer, Dan Wachsberger? He would have had better luck with the law firm of Mollari and Shemp. Always consult with me before using outside
all right,
counsel.
Saul, enough.
So I think that there's a great potential for the writers to possibly incorporate Dan Wachsberger into the plot of Jimmy McGill in Season 4 of Better Call Saul. Additionally, I believe we could likely see Dennis appear in Season 4 of Better Call Saul as the manager of the laundry in the same capacity we saw him in Breaking Bad. We also saw another member of Gus Fring's crew, Ron, the warehouse foreman at Madrigal Electromotive, being arrested in Season 5 of Breaking Bad in the episode entitled 51, who was then later killed in the jail killings orchestrated by Walter White as well. Lydia appearing in Season 3 of Better Call Saul makes Ron a likely character that we could see appear in Season 4 of Better Call Saul as well. In addition to these 3 characters, 7 other men who worked for Gus Fring also died in the jail killings orchestrated by Walter White. A few of these other 7 men who were murdered in the jail killings also appeared in Breaking Bad in very small roles working for Gus. These men were also mentioned by name in Breaking Bad in the episode entitled Hazard Pay.
APD's got Martinez across town. McGann's up in Sandoval. Sandia travel cops are holding him for the feds. Holding Perez are in lockup in Las Lunas.
We also see these men on the bulletin board at the DEA headquarters in the episode entitled 51 as well. Moving forward in Season 4 of Better Call Saul, I'm really excited to see if these characters are brought into the plot as we see Gus Fring's drug empire take form in Season 4. In my opinion, I feel like it is very likely that we see at least some of these characters make an appearance in Season 4 of Better Call Saul. Finally, another character who we could see appear in Season 4 of Better Call Saul is Peter Schuler, the head of the fast food division for Madrigal Electromotive, who commits suicide following the fallout of Gus Fring's death to avoid his own apparent arrest in connection to Gus Fring's drug empire. Peter Schuler is certainly a likely candidate who could appear in Season 4 of Better Call Saul as the plot of Gus Fring's drug empire starts to take shape following the hiring of Mike in Season 3. So, with all this being said, it looks like Madrigal Electromotive, Mike's crew, as well as Lydia will play a very important role in Season 4 of Better Call Saul in regards to the plot of Gus Fring's drug empire. I'm very excited to see how the writers decide to tackle this plot in Season 4 of Better Call Saul based on the dialogue of Breaking Bad and based on the characters who worked for Gus in Breaking Bad as well. This is a very intricate and complex plot which has the potential to introduce many Breaking Bad characters who we saw meet their demise into the plot of Better Call Saul moving forward in season 4. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this plot will unfold next season. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you like this video, make sure to check out the other Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad videos on my channel. My name is Anton Jackson. Thanks again for watching.